Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marlicia's Meanderings. I am Marlicia, and this is my BookTube channel. I have a guest. This is Talia from Talia Nerds Out,
Hello.
and we are going to do the big 6-0 tag. We, and by we, I mean me. I don't know about Talia. I am really behind on book tags and things.
Oh, heavens, yes.
And
I'm out of screen because I'm pulling my tea closer.
I can't even remember exactly who tagged me on this. I know I was tagged by several people.
Yeah, because the printout she has is the one I made with the people who tagged me, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure I was tagged by Pat, Book Chat with Pat, and from Kevin from Kevin Toll Reads, I think it is. I think I was tagged by them, and I think I was tagged by a couple other people, but I don't remember who they are. I'm sorry, I forgot, but old person's brain. So thank you for tagging me. I like being tagged for these kind of things. And this is the big 6-0 tag, and it is originally by Suey. I don't know who that is, but it's by Suey. So I don't know if that's her handle, if that's her channel, but it's by Suey. So thank you, Suey, for creating the tag.
I don't think that there was a tag to the channel, so I don't even know.
It was for her birthday. It was for her 60th birthday.
Okay, and I don't know if it's still, an active channel.
I think it was recent, so I don't know. I'm sure. I think it's.
Well, not everything when I printed this out crossed over and printed.
Oh, I know.
It might be that I did have a link on there originally, and it didn't cross over.
I mean, I've had the link. You might have just known who it was. But anyway, we're having tea today because it's a little chilly still.
We always have tea.
This is true.
I'm like, why are you acting like it's because it's chilly?
I know about that for PHM, but not necessarily for our booktubers.
Even whenever we're together, we have tea. Now, I don't always have tea when I'm doing it by myself.
No, I don't either.
But together is like a matter of course.
No crocheting or knitting today for me, but
I know that certain people
I have it right here.
Yeah, certain people will be disappointed if it doesn't come out.
Yes, it must come out. Let me see. If they're still watching.
Yeah, if they're still watching. I thought, should I bring out the sweater? I'm not sure if it's too warm to do the sweater.
And you have to pay attention for that.
I'm on ribbing.
Oh, well.
It's a knit 2 purl 1 ribbing. And I have to go for 5 inches.
I guess we should get started because we have to do another booktube after this and have to do it in a timely manner so my husband eats at a normal time of day for lunch because spaghetti sauce can bother him too late. So we're gonna get on with this. And that's probably more than you really wanted to know about.
So I just want to take my leg warmers off because I'm probably gonna get hot.
All right, the question number 1 in this tag was, what is a comfort read you will never outgrow? Well, first of all, anybody who's watched me for any amount of time knows that that's asking me to kind of go down to one thing for anything. My other daughter asked me, what's my favorite whatever. I don't do favorites. So let's
Well, I mean, to be fair, when she says favorite, she has like 5 favorites.
But
she doesn't get the concept of.
But my point is that
because she'll say, "What's your favorite?" And then she'll be like, if you ask her, she'll be like, "Well, that's a hard question." It's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, no, she doesn't even say that. She'll just say, "These are my 10 first favorites, and this is my second 10 favorites." And so, but anyway, I am a little less delusional about it. So, it's the only word I could pick out. My brain is not working.
You just called her delusional.
I can't.
There's no rescuing that.
But no, I can't. I can't think of the word because I was trying to think of the word and I couldn't. So
No.
You are bad. I made a mistake and you were making fun of the old person, so you're going to be in trouble.
Oh wait, are we using age as an excuse for bad behavior?
I'm not doing bad behavior.
Are we using age as an excuse?
Should I say no because I'm not bad behavioring?
Bad behavioring?
Same thing as adulting, right?
Well, who said adulting was correct?
Well, they're saying it out there.
Well, just because they're saying
anyway, I'm with the times. Ha! I have never been with the times in my entire life. Anyway.
I thought that your excuse was that you were old, so now you're hip?
No. I've never been hip in my entire life. Okay.
That makes me think of my nursing student who he was trying to teach me
how to be cool.
How to be cool. He was trying to, what was it? It was like those weird, hand something or other. I was like, look, I've never been cool. Just give it up. Oh, I forgot about him.
It's overrated. Anyway, what is a comfort read you will never outgrow? Okay, I don't have one. Okay, because everything for me is kind of mood related. Some of the ones I like. Well, this first one is always the Psalms.
Mm-hmm.
I always go to the Psalms. They
I think it's kind of unfair to, pick the Bible. Like, that's like...
They didn't say I couldn't.
No, I know they didn't say you couldn't, but like, come on, that's cheating.
No, it's not. How many people really read the Bible? How many people want to read the Bible? I would hope a lot of them, but I know it's not the case. Psalms. I like the entire Bible except for, where's the one with all Leviticus, I think it is, with all the numbers.
Oh, with all numbers?
With all the numbers and cubits. And
well, I think Numbers also has a lot of numbers.
So I remember being surprised that Arian, I know you kind of are into this kind of stuff. Which one has more numbers in it?
Because they both have a lot of numbers, as I recall. But, I mean, I always get confused about which one has more.
I do too. But
maybe because, you kind of end up you start glazing over a little bit.
Yeah, I think I was surprised, if I remember correctly, that Leviticus had more numbers than numbers. If I'm not mistaken. Arian, I'm trusting you to correct me, or anybody else.
Everyone always remembers, like, if you're going to look Old Testament, you're going to think of, like, Maccabees or, like, some of the things that are almost like...
I know, Isaiah.
Yes, but there's going to be the ones that are, like, who have a lot of weight behind, and then there's the ones that are, like, stories, like, almost like action-adventure stories.
Well, I like Esther or Judith.
Judith.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, anyway, so Psalms is one, and then going into and the Bible in all inclusive, and then Anne of Green Gables, and Little Women, Sherlock Holmes. And now that I've read more of Conan Doyle, more recently I've branched out into his writing. I think almost anything he writes I would be okay with. I'm not positive.
I have a book that after I read it, I might let you read it. You won't get to keep it, but it's Through the Magic Door, where he talks about all the books that have essentially made him. And I picked it up because the first paragraph sold me.
Oh, really?
The prose is beautiful.
Well, he's a very good writer.
Randy Ray reads some, literary Texan, reads some of it aloud.
That's so I can remember that we tagged him.
I don't have a pen.
Oh, you took my pen.
No, I don't. I gave it back to you. Oh, wait, I have a pen. I have knitting. Knitting has pens.
Knitting has pens, yes.
I always have pens in my knitting bag.
I don't always have it in mine.
Haha. Well, if I didn't have it in this one, I would have had it.
Literate Texan?
Literate Texan. I would have had it in my sweater one.
Literate Texan. And what's his name, Randy?
Randy Ray.
Randy Ray?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I accidentally just called him Randy one time because I forgot the Ray part.
I finally remembered to put Fran's full name together. I don't want to say her whole name. That's why I said her second name. The one that she sent you the card, and you had the knitting. We did the knitting there across the street from the house here. She wears all the knitted hats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so almost anything of Sherlock Holmes, any Wrinkle of Time, and Father Brown. Wrinkle in Time, in case some of you aren't aware, I'm sure most of you are because you're all book readers, is by Madeleine L'Engle. And absolutely amazing. Father Brown is by G.K. Chesterton. And one that would be more recent for a comfort read would probably be Agatha Christie, because I really hadn't started reading.
No, you really didn't start reading until book 2.
Yeah, I didn't really start reading Agatha Christie.
Because you came in with actually reading it with Christie's Missing.
Yeah.
1 year. You weren't actually a booktuber yet. You didn't start till the next year.
Right.
But I think I was like, oh, hey, you could do this one. We're doing this. And that's when you started really reading Christie. You've heard me talk about Christie for eons, because I've been reading Christie since I was 10.
And it wasn't that I didn't read mysteries. I read Father Brown. I read
I don't know
Sherlock
why
Holmes.
you never got into Christie.
Because
you knew I was reading it.
No, I didn't. Grandma gave it to you. You never told me.
But you saw me pick up all my books.
No, not necessarily.
Every time we went to bookstore, I was picking up an Agatha Christie. I had a huge collection.
I know you did, but it shows you how observant, or maybe I just don't remember. That could probably be it.
Well, and also, it might have been like, oh, at least she's, at that point you might not have really, you were still teaching us, and you might not have felt like you had a lot of time to read novels. You were very much focused on writing, and you're very much in a fantasy
at that time, the genre
era.
I mean, I had written some things that were more mystery / sci-fi / crime.
But at that point, you definitely were very much in your fantasy era. And I don't know how much actual reading you were doing that was not fantasy. So
Yeah, because that's where I got Eddings and Brooks. And,
yeah, so I
you know,
think that might be why my Agatha Christie reading at that period of time, where you knew I was reading it, but just wasn't what you were actively genre you're actively reading at that time.
right.
And so you just managed to miss like a huge swath of books that I've been reading for decades.
And I trusted your grandmother not to give you stuff that wasn't going to be. So, because she got her started.
Yes.
So those are basically the books. And now I would also probably add certain Jane Austens. Not all of them.
And you haven't revisited Emma, so that is our next one.
I'm not looking forward to that.
We will have so much fun. We will have so much. At least we'll have fun discussions. You know, that's part of the fun. And when we finish Mansfield Park, we will do a special video where we discuss Mansfield Park together because we read it together.
Yep.
So.
And Mansfield Park.
No.
But he's an idiot.
You can't talk about it right
he's
now.
An idiot.
No. Ah. Anyway.
Ah! You turn.
Hang on. Bad.
See, she did get struck by lightning.
Nope, because I was right. Okay.
Not...
My comfort reads that I will never outgrow, and I'd say reads plural as well. Of course, anything Agatha Christie. That is my go-to. Has been for decades.
The thing you need to caveat for both of these is it's not all inclusive because we don't know all of them.
I do.
You know all of them that are comfort reads for you?
I can pick up just about any Agatha Christie.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean the list.
Oh, I misunderstood you.
No.
I misunderstood what you said.
Yeah, no. I'm sure. Yes, no, you're right. No,
I was like, no, I've read basically every almost every Agatha Christie.
What I meant was for both of us, we're giving you a list, but in the interest of not keeping you here until the end of time, we're giving you a selection.
Well, that's why I also only picked a couple, because I can honestly, if I was to say, anytime I feel bad, what would I possibly turn to? Obviously, an Agatha Christie. But I could probably honestly say another one would be Rose and Bloom.
I have that down as a tandem, Rose and Bloom with 8 cousins.
Funny thing is, I wouldn't necessarily go 8 cousins. I like 8 cousins. I went to 8 cousins after Rose and Bloom. That's how the order I read it in.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I skipped it when I was talking, but I do have it in there.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, oh, I'm not going to remind her because that's on my list.
Well, it stands to reason that you would have been exposed to the things that I like, and that a good chance that you would also like that.
Yes. Even though I don't like the Anne of Green Gables series. I like the first one, but I wouldn't even call the first Anne a comfort read for me.
I would, yeah.
So that is a difference, even though I think that is the best book by that author.
Well, the funny thing is, I think that Little Women actually edges out Anne for a comfort read. For me.
Okay.
I mean, I love Anne of Green Gables,
but there is something comfortable about, and I need to reread Little Women in our beautiful copy that we have, and I've never read Little Men.
We should do that together.
We should, absolutely. That's why we got the same edition. Yeah. We got, maybe in between Bronte and The Last Austen, maybe we should do that whole pink Little Women collection.
Something that will make Bronte palatable, because I am not looking forward to Bronte. I don't like Wuthering Heights.
But I think
I do like some of the others, though.
I think discussing Wuthering Heights, it's going to be more of a discussion thing, because there's a lot of stuff going on from what I gather. But anyway, if I'm to only give you like a quick answer, I would say anything Agatha Christie and Rose and Bloom. I mean, I tend to go to detective fiction of that era, but, without fail, I always know it's going to make me feel better, is Agatha Christie and Rose and Bloom.
Okay. All right, the second question, and there's 6 questions and a tag. The second question was, what is a book that was published in the decade you were born? Okay. Some of these I've read, some of them I just heard about. And I know that says 1, I don't do 1. I don't do 1. Okay. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I have
give the year as well.
It's 1960, and I'm not sure I've read the book. I might have read it in high school.
Oh, you need to read the book. I love the book.
I might have read it in high school.
You've
I've seen
heard
the
me
movie.
gush about the
Oh
book.
yeah, I've seen the movie several times.
The book, it's one of the few times where the adaptation and the book are equal standing.
Oh, that's great.
They have their differences, but not because the movie changed anything, but because there simply wasn't enough room for everything that happened that is in the book. It can only focus on a certain aspect of the book. I don't feel like they changed anything that was important. It's honest, and you know how hard I am on adaptations.
Well,
they are equally
all I'm saying
amazing.
is I think I may have read it in high school. I know I've seen the movie with Gregory Peck several times. It's an excellent movie.
We should read it together at some point.
Yeah, we can do that.
That
and Lilies of the Field.
That's why you've never read Lilies of the Field. Now you know that I think the movie is lesser than the book.
Yes, but I love it anyway. Anyway, the one I wasn't sure because I was thinking about it when we were talking about my brain is not working. To Kill a Mockingbird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't remember what I was going to say. It'll come to me and then I'll tell you off camera. But anyway, the other ones we have here, Pale Horse. Actually, I think it was Lilies of the Field. I was wondering what year it was.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
Pale Horse by Agatha Christie, which is actually my birth year, and that's 1961. Because I'm not afraid to say I'm old. So, 1961, Pale Horse by Agatha Christie. I love that book. Actually, my favorite Agatha Christie. I don't know when it was written. I wish I could know.
Tell me the name. I have my checklist here.
It's one of my favorites. Not the. It's hard to say the favorite, but one of my favorites is Cards on the Table. And
I think it's an earlier one. Let's see, it's at Cypress. Moving Finger. I'm down too far. Yeah, I'm thinking Cards on the Table might be an earlier one.
Anyway,
Cards on the Table, 1936.
So not near my birthday.
No.
That's even before my dad. My dad was born in 1938. So that's an old.
Hercule Poirot's Christmas for Grandpa.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, that's fun.
And Appointment with Death.
All right, we're not going to get into that because this video will be 10 hours long. We still have to do
that was the only two from 1938.
Okay. So that's and then the next two, Dune. Actually, I don't like Dune. I couldn't read past it.
I tried reading. I never could get into it.
I found it boring. I didn't like the first movie I saw. The newest edition that they have with Zendaya isn't too bad. I didn't finish the series. I wasn't that invested in it. I just don't like it. But that also came out in the 60s, 1965.
Well, not the Zendaya one, but yeah.
No, the book. And then Slaughterhouse-Five. I'm not sure I read this one or not because my husband and I went on a tear where we're reading everything Kurt Vonnegut, and they all kind of ran together. So I'm not sure if I read it, but if it's Kurt Vonnegut, I'm most likely going to like it. So those are the ones I kind of pulled out.
So the ones I pulled out,
her birth year is 1987.
So for my birth year, actually it's one of the few Timothy Zahn's I haven't read yet. I own it on Kindle, Triplets.
Oh, I haven't read that either yet.
And I say few, actually now it's not anymore one of the few because he's put out quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm very much behind, partially because I get overstimulated easily, so it's hard for me to start newer novels because they aren't quite as gentle.
I'm gonna have to start reading those again and then talk to you about it so you get
so I get it spoiled so I can read it. Yeah.
I love Timothy Zahn as well.
Yeah, I got her started. No, I didn't get you started on him in Star Wars. I got you started in his non-Star Wars work because let's be completely fair.
Right.
But I got introduced to him through Star Wars, and you introduced me to Star Wars. Anyway, also in the 1980s, most of the Brother Cadfael books.
I love Brother Cadfael.
Not my favorite one, unfortunately. That was in the 1970s.
The Bones one?
No. One Corpse Too Many.
One Corpse Too Many.
The one you're introduced to Hugh in.
Yes. Oh, I like Hugh.
Bad choice of actor though for the move.
When they got the first one was good.
No, I don't like that choice of actor. He's way too old.
The first one?
Yeah, he's a bad choice. Bad choice. I can't watch it.
She has opinions,
but I love Hugh.
I do too.
Anyway, so most of the Brother Cadfael books, but not my two favorites that I've read, which are, the Morbid Taste for Bones and One Corpse Too Many.
For those of you who aren't familiar with that, that's Ellis Peters.
Yes. Then I also have for 1982 Elfstones of Shannara
Oh yeah, I love that book.
and 1985 Wish Song of Shannara.
Mhm.
So my two favorite Shannara books.
Yeah, Terry Brooks is a very good fantasy author.
So those are the ones that I chose to pick out. I was very disappointed because a lot of the things that I tend to read like Agatha Christie died in like 1978, I think I said
Mhm.
when I was looking it up. So
Well,
she wasn't even alive
it,
from
it was kind of hit and miss for some of my stuff too, because the writers I like to read are back a ways. I mean, they
Mhm.
might have written occasional stuff by the time they hit the 60s, but Tolkien and Chesterton and Lewis and all these people.
Now, some of the British Library crime classics, there might be a couple that'll hit in the 80s.
Mhm.
I think that Nio Marsh, that's the one who's weird, whose name is spelled weird.
Yeah.
I believe she might have a couple in the 1980s. But I haven't read her later stuff. I've only read one of her books since 1969.
Now, I really like it. I have no, and we're kind of getting off topic, so I'm going to keep it short, my comment, but I wish I could remember to check the guy who wrote Charlie Chan, because I really enjoyed
Oh, he's definitely way before 80s. He's before the Detection Club.
Well, I meant for me.
No, he's way before. I mean, he's way before 60s.
Yeah.
He's before the Detection Club.
He might have been
That's
good
what I
for a
meant.
comfort read, but
Yeah, no, he's way before that point.
But anyway, so that
he's like in between. He's not Victorian. He's like, as I recall, right before Detection Club.
Do you have any others to say about this one? Okay, so we're on number 3 now, which is what is a book that you would rate 6 stars in a 5-star? Okay, first of all, I hate rating things, but I don't know that I would. I had a really hard time with this, so I thought about, well, what did I rant and rave and give millions of glowing comments about on BookTube, and the first one that comes to my mind is The Virginian.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be probably the closest I would give to a 6-star out of 5. I was absolutely flabbergasted and floored by it. I had no idea what to expect.
I'm surprised you're not saying Quadrille.
I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I thought you said just The Virginian.
No, I haven't finished.
Oh, okay.
You blew my.
Okay. Okay. Don't hold your breath.
Okay. Virginian.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Hunger Games, which I
have to finish the series. That's another one. Maybe we should do like Little Women and then the full Hunger Games before we do Bronte.
Maybe, if you can handle it.
Well, I've spoiled it for myself, and I already read the first one, and then we also have the one with Haymitch that neither of us have read.
Neither one of us. So Hunger Games was another one, and then the last one that rounded it out. I mean, there are others, I'm sure. The other one that rounded it out was the Quadrille series, which is to the point where, first of all, the Quadrille series. I read it after Hunger Games.
Oh, yes. Did you read that late?
I read it after Hunger Games, and because I couldn't read the same kind of book because.
Right. Had you already read Dragonback at that point?
Oh yeah.
Because I know I had handed you for a while. I handed you Angel Mass, and then it didn't quite click with you, so you didn't try Timothy's on again for a while. And I remember I kept trying to feed him to you, like sneak him in. I think I did Dragonback because it was the closest thing to
and it was
fantasy.
a series. I did the series.
Yes.
And I really liked that. And then, but the Quadrille series, so I had back to back really great ones. And then I picked up another Timothy Zahn, which was it's called Night Queen, I think it is.
But that's not the name of the series.
No, it's the books. I don't know what the series is called.
I know it, but I don't know it now.
Poor Timothy Zahn, I was ranting and yelling at him because it wasn't as good, because it didn't have the people from the Quadrille. There was no Frank. There was no anybody there. Well, once I settled down and realized, well, this wasn't the Quadrille.
Well, that's why I think you'll be ready for Angel Mass now.
I'm very much of a Timothy Zahn, and most of the stuff I've read of his, if I was going to give anybody 6 stars, is him. And you might ask, well, why don't you have the classics like Tolkien or anything like that? I love Tolkien. I love Lewis, the movies and all that. I love Chesterton. Chesterton would come close.
But isn't you can like an author and still 6 stars should be not given out lightly.
Yeah, and 6 stars, as much as I like Tolkien, sometimes I have trouble reading the verbiage. I've gotten to the point now as I've gotten older where I can appreciate it more. But back when I first started, my dad, when I was in grade school, must have been 7th or 8th grade. He gave me The Hobbit, and I looked at it. I was like, mm-mm. Nope. It's all this poetry and
The funny thing is, you did the same thing to us.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because I really liked it and I wanted you. But the thing is, and you guys probably had the same kind of reaction to it, but we were exposed to it.
Well, also remember coming out at the same time when we were doing it with the movies, so it was actually a pretty good time to start it because it was out there at that point. You ready for me?
Yes.
Okay, so I had one of the things that I had was, okay, what would make something a 6-star for me? And I'm like, it's close to the same kind of things that make it a comfort read. The things that I figured my criteria for 6-star would be I reread it and I have reread it, or I really can see myself rereading it in the future if it's a newer book. And the other qualification criteria that I had was it's a book that I think about. That it wouldn't leave me alone until I picked it up.
Yeah, that you might want to add to that, kind of related to it, is I didn't want to put it down. You just, I mean, the Hunger Games, I would sit there and, okay, let's finish this chapter. And then all of a sudden I look up and it's 5 chapters.
Well, the thing is that when you read a lot of mysteries, you might not want to put down what you're reading, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's a 6-star.
No,
read.
But I'm not talking about just that. I'm not talking
or
about
like so I think that you can have and not put it down, but not necessarily have it a 6-star. It could still be a 5-star. Because I have a lot of books that I can't put down.
I mean the kind that you will stay through the night. And like Hunger Games, I stayed up many times. I
finished it in one sitting.
You know, it's just...
I finished in one sitting. Stayed up way too late for that one. But,
we have to put together a schedule for the books we're going to read.
I have Rose and Bloom on here.
For
6 stars.
Do you? Okay. Interesting. I had that as a 5.5.
The Thrawn trilogy.
That's really good. So for me, anything like this is hard. Go ahead.
Yeah. Then I have, and I was quite. This one actually I'm gonna not mention this other one because I think it might actually be a 5-star. But these other 2 were ones that they kept sticking in my head, and finally I just picked them up because I couldn't stop thinking about them. The Ship of Dreams, which is about the Titanic. I borrowed it from Libby, and it's like I have not really I just thought I might as well read about something about the Titanic. The personal stories in there, I kept thinking about them. I kept telling their stories. I couldn't leave them alone. I had to come back and experience these people again. I haven't reread it yet, but I picked it up last year. I finally broke down and picked it up to own it. And then the other one like that for me, I don't think people are going to be surprised when I say John Adams Under Fire. Because I have mentioned that book so often. Every time John Adams comes up, I bring up John Adams Under Fire. Because that book, it's one of those ones that just sticks with me.
Right. Well, I think based on that criteria about thinking about, I'd have to say Hunger Games. I mean, I'm playing the scenario in my head that would solidify its position as a 6. I mean, always thinking about, I would go back, what's happening with Peeta and with Katniss, and, what's, it was very much one of those kind of books. We would discuss it all the time. The Virginian is another one that did that. And Quadrail, we would talk about like there were people. If I could talk,
we do that for books anyway, though. To be fair, like if we just say that was a criteria, then every single book we read would be a 6-star. Which we just are character driven readers, so that's not a real criteria for us.
All right. Any more books?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Was that number 3? Yeah. Okay, number 4. What is a favorite book from your 6 most read genres? Okay.
I'm glad they didn't ask us to break down what our 6 read most.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I don't even know if I have 6.
I don't even know if I have 6.
Because I might have within one, I might have offshoots within genres. But okay. The first one.
And sometimes they overlap.
Yeah. The first one is Abandonment to Divine Providence by Jean-Pierre Cassad. SJ, and it's it it's just what it says: abandonment, divine providence, trusting in God, and my understanding is Saint Therese used to carry it around with her all
Oh,
the
did
time.
she?
I think that's the book she used to carry around all the time. So I really like
Yeah, I don't
that.
remember reading that in Story of a Soul, but
Mhm.
you know, it might be that I just don't remember.
Yeah. And I can't find my copy, an intact copy of Trustful Surrender, because
Oh well, that book falls
it falls
apart.
apart, and I read it all the time. So
I think I've gone through like 3 copies
Mhm.
of it because it's so terribly bound. It just goes. Floop.
right. Then anything Sherlock Holmes, and I'm finding almost anything by Conan Doyle, is just my favorite books from. I love Father Brown, which is G.K. Chesterton. I have a big omnibus of his stuff, and anything Agatha Christie, actually. And then,
Well, I mean, if you say anything Agatha Christie, that's really hard to. When you're supposed to like pick out favorites from your 6 most, that does kind of require titles.
well, I can't because I have too many. It depends on my mood. I like,
Because I had, I think 3.
I can say I like Cards on the Table,
Mm-hmm.
Cat Among the Pigeons,
Mm-hmm.
and The Secret Adversary.
Mm-hmm. Now, I went for 3, and I didn't end up hitting any of my nonfiction ones this time. But, favorite book from your 6 most read genres. So, I have The Moving Finger. I have The Hollow.
I can't remember if I read The Moving Finger.
That's the one with the brother and sister. It's actually Miss Marple.
Oh, right. Okay.
The Hollow,
I like The
and
Hollow. I forgot about The Hollow.
the Thrawn trilogy.
I love the Thrawn trilogy.
I enjoy the duology that comes after that, but it's not quite to the level of the trilogy. It's a satisfying tying up of things, but
I think if I had to just do, like you said, 3 books from 3 different genres, I would probably.
well, I definitely didn't do 3 different genres.
Well, you had.
I had 2 mysteries, and I had.
I would have to say quadrille.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Hunger Games, and then I don't know.
The funny thing is, I would say probably the first quadrille book. I like all of them, but I think the first one was my favorite one. Still probably is my favorite one.
I mean, there's so many books. I have
The whole series is excellent,
I
but
have my own. Like I'm very partial to Patrick Carr.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think very many people know Patrick Carr. He's not a big author, at least to my knowledge. But after a slow start, I thought his stories were excellent, and they're kind of a comfort read, and they're huge. I've got with Taya's help, I found all the hard copies, and they're 400 pages a piece. But when you
something you don't necessarily realize when you're reading,
you don't. Yeah, when you're reading on Kindle, you don't realize how much you're reading because it went really fast. I could read it like real quick.
well, especially if you're not actively keeping track of page numbers the way I do.
Okay, I think you have to do yours.
Yes.
Oh, you did yours.
No, I didn't. This is, oh, did you? Oh, that's right. You edited your answer.
Yeah.
So 5 now.
Okay, what is a book you knew you would love even before you opened it? I have no idea.
I had to think about it for a while.
You know what I think?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not fair because I watched the movie first. Never mind.
Well, they didn't say you couldn't have watched the movie first.
Inkheart.
But we haven't read the book yet. So that's the hard thing. Like, you have, because I have several books that I have this sixth sense about, but I don't know if I actually like the book because I haven't read it yet.
Well, that's what they said, right? If I haven't read
No,
the book.
no. They said that you knew that you would love before you opened it, but it kind of implies that when you read it, you actually loved it, like you expected. You had a sixth sense about it.
I don't know. I mean, usually they tend to be religion books.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the title I saw, Abandonment to Divine Providence. I said, yes, I will want to read that. Yes, yes. That would probably be the top one right now. I'm sure there are others, but.
So I had 3. I had The Scarlet and the Black.
Oh, yeah. Which I haven't finished reading, by the way.
Rome Sweet Home.
You were more interested in that than I was.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the wife of the team. Although I like her much better now.
The Golden Age of Murder.
Golden Age of Murder.
That's darn it. It's a guy who does all the Martin Edwards. He does all the detection, all the British Library crime classics, and he wrote about like the detection club and really the kicking off of the golden age of mysteries.
The only one, this is really old and really back when I was a kid, was the Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
When those books came out, I just knew. And granted, I'd seen the movies,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew I was going to like those.
Like, I didn't feel like I could mention any of the Agatha Christie's because, for one thing, I just pretty much had an open mind about any Agatha Christie. It's not like I had a sixth sense about any of them specifically. But, the ones I mentioned, there was a specific, even though it was really hard to choose because that's not really the way I think about reading necessarily. If I'm picking up a book, it's because I think I'm going to like it.
Well, and that's why I am too. And that's why as a corollary to that is which ones that you thought you were really going to like and you didn't.
Now, I could probably do that one, but...
Maltese Falcon.
Mhm.
Falcon. I love the movie. I think I would love the book. I just don't like the way it's written because of the language. And now that, to be fair, that's not really the story.
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Now,
yeah.
you haven't actually read it, but
I've heard about it,
yeah.
though. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's, I think we've worked out that one.
That was what book would you recommend to the next generation of readers? I, again, cheated with this because there's a list, and it's not an exhaustive list. Aside from the Bible, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I would do Abandonment to Divine Province, The Virginian, Lord of the Rings.
You're going to see a lot of the same answers,
Ivanhoe, Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie's Mysteries, the Jane Austen books, at least the ones that are in the set.
Mm-hmm.
Little Women, Anne of Green Gables.
The ones in the set, Mom, those are her main novels.
Okay.
Those are her finished.
Anne of Green Gables and A Wrinkle in Time. That's not an exhaustive list, but that's, I probably would add the Quadrail series in there as well.
I agree with you about Lord of the Rings, even though I didn't think to put it down at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because part of what I was thinking about was like, okay, not only did I want it to be a good book, but I was like, does this book also have something to say?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it providing something extra? Now, I did include Agatha
entertainment.
Christie because I do love her work.
Well, I think that you have to have also entertainment. Is it something that you can enjoy reading? Not everything has to be...
No, I agree. And I don't mean necessarily it has something to say. Sometimes it has something to say, but something that's has some staying power and
Mm-hmm.
has characters that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did have John Adams Under Fire there. So that's the nonfiction,
Mm-hmm.
nonfiction I have in there. But To Kill a Mockingbird, I have there.
Mm-hmm.
The Jane Austen works, I have there. And then I have Agatha Christie. But, if I was to just pick a short list, and of course, I forgot to mention before, Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
The Hobbit would be good to have, but it's not necessary to have.
I always lump it with the Lord of the Rings
Mm-hmm.
anyway,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times they sell in the book sets.
Well, you got to remember, Tolkien intended Lord of the Rings be one book,
Right?
Which I am disappointed that I was, I couldn't really. Actually, no, I do now have it in the one book. Wait, don't I? Yes.
That would be a difficult... I thought you had to get rid of it because it was too heavy.
No. That was my big trilogy that I had to get rid of. It was a tall book with all the artwork. I think we have the trilogy in one book. We have in that same set as The Hobbit
Mm-hmm.
and the Silmarillion. It's the trilogy in the one book the way it was intended to be read.
I don't know if I have that or not.
You do. We picked them up at the same time because there was like a buy one get one half off deal, and it was like, and it was already on sale. We're like, oh yeah, we're grabbing that because it was already a beautiful set. So yeah, because also I want something. Lilies of the Field.
Oh yeah, I love Lilies of the Field.
I want something that shares a love of language.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that could get lost. That beautiful writing
Mm-hmm.
is going to disappear if we don't pass that on to
Mm-hmm.
next generation.
Yes.
And if we don't encourage them to enjoy it for the writing's sake and as well as for what it's saying, but sit there in the prose as well as in the characters and say, isn't this beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of what, besides the actual story, part of what I love about To Kill a Mockingbird. Mm-hmm. It's part of what I love about Lilies of the Field. These things are a breath of fresh air when you try to read something that's lesser, that you could tell just was written by someone who maybe doesn't read good books. And I know it sounds snobbish, and fine, because there are good books and there are not good books. And
Which
you
is-
can fight me on that.
Which is for another video.
But that's the kind of books I want to pass down to next generation.
Now, as a caveat to my favorite books and things like that, I completely overlooked it when we were doing favorite books, is I like cookbooks.
Yes, you do.
I like cookbooks. I can pick up cookbooks and just look at cookbooks. I love cookbooks. Pictures, not pictures. And right now I'm on a gluten-free, dairy-free journey, so I've got a ton of cookbooks that I just got that are brand new, and we're exploring because I like to cook. And so that's that, and reference books, especially dictionaries and thesauruses. Thesaurusi? Thesaurusi. Yes, dinosaurs. Anyway, so that
Thesaurus, Theseus.
Are you done with your stuff?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is all I have to do except for the tag some friends, and rather than tag them and forget who I tagged, I'm just going to do it in the description box below the video. Once again, we want to thank Suey for creating the tag, and we thank whoever tagged me and Talia as well. I think Pat,
the list there is definitely who tagged me.
Talia's were book chat with Pat, I think was also for me, my own tag. And Kevin Told Reads also, I think, was for me. I'm not sure if Gavin and Genre Books did it for me or not, but I can't
remember if it got cut off or not. If Sue tagged me for that as well, Sue Jackson, because I want to say she tagged me for that one as well, but I can't be sure because she tagged me for, I think she tagged me for a couple.
Yeah, I had a lot of tags coming out around the same time, and I kind of got overwhelmed with making sure I got them all down. So I apologize if I missed anybody, and I love being tagged. So thank you for tagging me. And
I don't always do tag videos by myself. So a lot of time, because a lot of my content now, when I release it by myself, they tend to be my book reviews and things like that. So,
and I rely on tag videos to help me fill out my channel a little bit, because I don't have a lot of uninterrupted time to read. So you might have like a spurt of things, or I might have a book haul, but my more consistent things are going to be tags and response videos and things like that.
Well, and you enjoy making them, so
yeah, I do enjoy making them, and it's more fun when I do them with Taya. So, but anyway, so thank you for joining us in our meanderings, and I hope that you will join us again next time we record together, or next time I record by myself. I'm sure she would like to see you at Taya Nerds Out when she records. And I wish you a very blessed day, as does Ty, I'm sure. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye. I can't reach it.
I was going to do it for you.